Jinu, I have a very serious question for you to start the day.
Oh no, I'm nervous already. What is it, Rumi?
In your English journey, do you want to be a turtle or a rabbit?
A rabbit? Well, obviously a rabbit. They're fast, they're agile, and they reach the finish line while the turtle is still looking for its shoes. But why are we talking about zoo animals?
Because, Jinu, I see so many English turtles out there. They're smart, they know the grammar, but they speak so slowly because they're carrying a heavy shell of translation on their backs. They translate every single word in their head before they speak.
Ah, I know that feeling. It's exhausting. It makes your brain feel hot, like a computer running too many programs at once.
Exactly. It makes you feel nervous and tired. But today, we are going to leave the shell behind. We're going to show everyone how to think in English and finally find that rabbit speed.
I am so ready for this. If you want to train your brain to stop translating, you have to stay with us until the very end. This is the key to real confidence.
Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, your favorite place for making English easy, fun, and natural. I'm Rumi.
And I'm Jinu. It's so good to be here. I've been looking forward to this episode all week because this topic literally changed my life.
I can tell you look very energetic today, Jinu. Did you have your special green tea this morning?
I did, a giant cup and a very healthy breakfast. I'm fueled up and ready to go. How about you, Rumi? You've been looking a bit busy lately.
Oh, tell me about it. I am in full wedding mode. My friend Maria is getting married this weekend, and I've been running around like crazy.
Oh, the garden wedding, that's right. Wait, did you ever find that specific blue dress you were hunting for?
Junu, I finally found it. I went to the mall on Saturday, spent 4 hours there, but I found a beautiful, long sky blue dress. It's perfect for a garden setting.
That's fantastic. What about the shoes? Weren't you looking for something silver?
Yes, I found silver flat shoes because I want to be able to dance all night, and a matching small silver bag. I am officially ready.
Wow, you are so organized. I'm the opposite. I'm still buried under that massive report from my boss, Mr. Henderson.
Oh no, the numbers report? I thought you finished that.
Almost, but you know what saved me? Your advice. My coffee and cookies plan worked. I brought snacks for the team, and now Tom and Sarah are finally talking again. The office is actually a happy place today.
See, I told you, cookies are the universal language of peace. But speaking of languages, we have a very important mission today, don't we?
We do. We're talking about the big secret, how to stop translating and start thinking in English. People ask me all the time, Jinu, how do I stop the voice in my head from speaking my native language first?
It's the number one question. And honestly, thinking in English sounds like a high-level skill, but you can start doing it at a beginner level. Our tips today aren't just look at a chair and say chair.
Right, we want to go much deeper, but first, guys, a small favor.
Yes, if you enjoy our chats and want to support the channel, please hit that like button right now. It really helps us reach more learners.
And subscribe. We want to help you every single week. Share this with your friends who are also struggling with speaking speed. Let's grow together.
Okay, Jinu, let's explain the translation trap. What actually happens in the brain?
Well, for most people, they hear an English word, then they look for the map in their own language. Then they think of a response in their language, and then they try to build a bridge back to English.
That bridge is usually built with grammar rules and dictionaries, and it takes forever to cross.
Exactly. Thinking in English means you go from the idea directly to the English word. No bridges, no maps.
Tip number 1. Small, simple sentences. My first tip to start this is don't just think of names. Most people look at an object and say, table, window, cat. That's just a list.
So what should they do instead?
Think in small A1 level sentences. Connect the object to a feeling or an action. If you're in your kitchen, don't just look at the fridge and say, fridge. Look at it and think, I am hungry, or the fridge is full.
Oh, I love that. So if I'm having my morning coffee, I shouldn't just say coffee. I should think this coffee is hot or I love this smell.
Exactly. You're connecting the English language to your real life. The sun is hot. The bus is late. These are perfect, simple thoughts.
Tip number 2, internal narration. This is where you become the narrator of your own life.
Like a documentary?
Exactly like a movie. From the moment you wake up, you describe your actions. In your head, you say, I am getting out of bed now. I am walking to the kitchen. I am making tea. The water is boiling.
That's so smart. It helps your brain associate English with your physical movements.
And here's the secret. If you don't know a word, don't stop. Just say the thing. For example, I am opening the thing to get a glass. Later, you can look up the word cupboard. The point is to keep the English flow going in your head.
I love that. Communication over perfection, that's our motto.
Tip number 3, the English to-do list.
Here's a practical one. Make your lists in English.
Like shopping lists?
Everything. For Maria's wedding, my list says, buy flowers, call Maria, practice dancing.
Wait, practice dancing? Are you a good dancer, Rumi?
I'm okay. I'm a work in progress, but seeing the words on paper makes me think them. When I see milk on my shopping list, I don't see the word in my native language. I just see the white liquid.
I do the same with my grocery list. Milk, eggs, apples, cookies, especially the cookies for my coworkers.
Tip number 4, the what if game.
Now, let's talk about my favorite game, the what if game.
I play this all the time. Tell them how it works.
When you're sitting on the bus or waiting for a friend, imagine simple situations. Ask yourself, what if it rains? Then answer in your head, I will use my umbrella.
Or what if I see a celebrity? Answer, I will ask for a photo.
It's the perfect way to practice the future tense and conditional sentences without any pressure. You are alone in your head. You can make 100 mistakes and no one will laugh.
Tip number 5, the digital switch.
We have to talk about the phone, Jinu.
Oh, the classic tip, change your phone's language to English.
People are always scared to do this. They think they'll get lost and won't be able to call anyone.
But you won't. You already know that the gear icon is settings. You know the blue bubble is messages. When you see the English words every day, your brain starts to accept English as your normal environment.
One more fun one, describing people.
When you are at the park, look at someone and think of 3 simple adjectives.
Like, he is tall, he has a red hat, he is walking fast.
Or she is happy, she has a big dog, they are playing. It's so easy, but it keeps your brain active in English.
Jinu, I have a question. What about an English to English dictionary?
Oh, that is a high-level move, but use a dictionary for kids.
Why for kids?
Because the definitions use simple words. If you look up apple, it says a round red fruit. It doesn't use 20-letter scientific words. It helps you define English using English.
That's a game changer. It stops the translation cycle completely.
Jinu, do you think people need to do this 24 hours a day?
Definitely not. That would be impossible. Start with 5 minutes.
Only 5?
Yes, 5 minutes of narration while you brush your teeth. I am brushing my teeth. The water is cold. I am tired. That's it.
And slowly, 5 minutes becomes 10, then 20, and one day you'll wake up and realize you were dreaming in English.
Has that happened to you lately?
Yes, I dreamed I was at the garden wedding speaking perfect English to everyone. My brain was so happy.
That's the goal. The brain is a muscle. You just have to exercise it.
We've covered so much today. Let's do a quick recap for our friends.
Okay. Use small sentences, not just single words.
Be the narrator of your own life movie.
Make your lists in English.
Play the what-if game while you wait.
Change your phone to English.
Use an English-only dictionary for kids.
Start with just 5 minutes a day.
That is a lot of great advice. I really hope this helps everyone feel more like a rabbit and less like a turtle.
Me too, but we want to hear from you.
Yes, leave a comment below. What is one thing you are thinking about right now in English? Or tell us, will you take the 5-minute challenge?
We love reading your comments. They make our day.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's help the whole world think in English.
Thank you for listening. It was a pleasure as always.
Have a wonderful day of thinking in English. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next one.